Yo, what's going on, guys? DJS here, Collectivekicks.com. Wanted to bring you guys this week's weekly recap video, and it is the 22nd of February. And let's go ahead and jump into the news. Should be a quicker video than usual since there's not as many articles, but some good ones nonetheless. The Adidas Xeno Flux ZX Flux gets a new colorway that's going to be coming out in, I believe, May, and rumored to be released at least in May. And you can see it has a gray upper and has kind of a gray reflective. It doesn't have that kind of iridescent reflective that we have. It's almost reversed. The three stripes have that kind of iridescent now versus the entire upper on the other one. I'll get into the rumored restock for the ZX Flux Xeno that is supposed to be happening this next week. I'll get into that in a future article in just a second here. More Adidas news though. Adidas servers cannot handle the Yeezy Boost release, and as you guys know, a lot of people struggled yesterday in the release, including myself. You can see here I had them in cart multiple times, actually a couple times in cart, PayPal ready, tried to check out with PayPal, and it crashed. And I had it pretty early because I did have an early link, and it actually worked. I was surprised it actually ended up working. So pretty cool. I ended up getting a little bit early, and when I refreshed on one of my two computers, and then it ended up ceasing up after I hit submit after I filled out my PayPal information and everything and hit submit. It ended up crashing. But 7 minutes before, you can see I kind of chronicled the thing on Twitter. It basically froze. I should have done a video, and I didn't. I apologize. Didn't think about it, but I should have. Next time I will. So yeah. Anyway, so this is the screen that we all got. Out training, back soon, stronger than ever. Let's hope Adidas actually stays true to that and comes back strong. But this was the final that I left. It said 2 hours later, people are still hoping and waiting for the Yeezy Boost. Nice work, Kanye, for creating new slaves, as a little dog is waiting on his computer. Kind of funny, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. I think that Adidas was probably expected that the site was going to crash. It's never seen a limited release like this happening, and there's so many thirsty people trying to get a pair. At $350, I was trying to get a pair for somebody else, but if I was going to get a pair personally, I would have sold mine because I do not like the model. I like the other new models that we've seen. That one though in particular is just not my thing, so definitely not on my radar. I don't really care about picking that one up. But the Yeezy Boost low tops, I really like those ones. So we'll see what happens with that. The limited edition Just Don Jordan brand one with the Snapback auctions. These things are going crazy. You could see $1,500, $3,000 roughly for some of these ones, and you can see kind of more about what it is, and it benefits the even higher education or even higher fund, excuse me. And you can see a bit about the hat and the shoes. These things are going to be crazy. I might actually get a chance to see these in person. You can see some of the prices down here: $2,000, $4,000, $1,600. Definitely insane. Definitely going to be holding its resale. I don't see 4,000, but people are keeping serious note on the Just Don Jordan collaboration, especially after the Just Don 2s. And I'm betting people are pissed that they didn't buy the Snapback with the shoes, because Just Don actually had it back when the hype was happening. You could buy a Snapback for $650 and you can get the shoes guaranteed, and people kind of scoffed at it, including myself. But now, I mean, I knew that the resale was going to be crazy. I mean, I predicted it in my weekly recaps a long time ago that they would be selling for stacks. I said probably 2 stacks down the line, and I was including the price of the hat. And I think that's probably pretty close to true, because the shoes are going for over a stack themselves. But pretty crazy to see. And so people are definitely paying attention to this limited edition one. As I was saying, I might be able to see these in person because they have a sneaker ball, and it usually incorporates the Black History Month collection, and so they had some limited ones that were in auction before at that sneaker ball previously, and I think the sneaker ball is next week, so we'll see if I'm going to be able to go or not. There's only 39 pairs of these ones though, so definitely something that's nuts. The auction's, I think, another week. It just started yesterday evening, so it should be an interesting auction. Check back on that article in like 5 days and see where the prices are at. It's going to be insane. 3 colorways of Brandblack J crossover 2s, releasing 3/15. And PJ is going to be doing a performance review of that, so that's awesome. And actually, I'll talk to him about that because we actually have a review forum that we can use for the website. It was something that I had integrated from the beginning, and I never used it yet because it gives you star ratings and stuff. Really cool. Something that could be looking to be something that we could look forward to in the future. Today, Junior. Um, Early links for the AJ4s and stuff. Do you guys cop the Oreos? What do you guys think of the quality? I have heard so far for the remastered series that the Oreos are the best quality out of them so far, and I don't doubt that because of the black leather. Black patent leather to me just looks better than white patent leather. Could just be a random thing. I'm not sure. Early links to this Adidas Shades of White pack. If you guys haven't seen this, it's a pretty awesome pack. And notice there's no Adidas branding on it, like actual logos or anything. Obviously the stripes are there, but no logos. And it's a pretty cool looking pack. So if you guys are interested in that, Sneakers and Stuff has them. And in this article, you could see the countdown links for all three of those shoes. So this is interesting news, and I have a little bit of an update from this from my original article. So I did a video on this. The 7210 Air Jordan 11 Retros, the info leaked. I said leaked image, and J23 app called me out pretty hardcore about that. I didn't think it was necessary, to be honest, but I know what he was saying. And it was my mistake because I didn't know that it was a photoshopped image. The person that had the images on their Instagram, they all have like legitimate images across the board for the most part. I didn't see any like photoshopped signs on anything. So I mean, I honestly didn't know the origins. Also, that's the thing is, I know that it's not going to look 100% like this, and I said so in the video, and I've said so 1,000 times over. When we see the first quote-unquote images, Photoshop or not, it still has some elements of the shoe that is accurate. Obviously, black patent leather, clear soles, and red accents. The upper will probably be a little bit different. I've heard rumors of some sort of iridescent like leather, so it could be an interesting upper on here. It's not mesh. It's going to be probably some sort of leather. But anyway, that's as far as I can tell you, and that's as far as I will be able to even say anything about it. If I do know anything else extra about that, which I don't at this time, but if I can find out anything else extra, it's something I can't share. And it's just the way things have to be kind of going forward. I just have to watch kind of what I say because I never know who's really watching, and for those providing any sort of insight, I don't want to get them the least bit in trouble. And the reality is, it's hard to say. I wish I could get the official word from Jordan Brand and from Nike and stuff on some of these leaked images, and then have an official word by just going to somebody and say, give us something official so we can go off it, so people aren't being tricked into buying replicas online because they think that they're the real releases that are going to be happening soon, and early releases that are totally off. There's a whole bunch of things with that could be beneficial. So it would be awesome if I could actually get some sort of official word. That's part of my 5-year plan, is getting some sort of official insight, official early pictures. That way we can see the early pictures before we get this rumored information that gets leaked and gets everything kind of crazy. Anyway, but more information definitely need to come on that. It's a very early stages, and I knew so doing the video. Regardless of, again, if this is a Photoshop picture or not, you guys get the general idea of what is rumored to be releasing, and just know that it's going to be different. And we'll leave it at that. So, Air Max 2015 Tiger samples hit eBay, and then I did a little comparison to the Cheetah Customs that my homies did over there at Recon Beat Lab. They did, if you can't even see it in this image, but the midsole has like a cheetah pattern on it across the air bubble. Super sick, something that Nike doesn't usually do, but definitely a really cool job. And I love that look on that fly knit. Actually, that's one of the fly knits that I want, in that black and orange colorway that I never did get. Air Jordan 1 with the Air Jordan 2 midsole rumored to be releasing. That's the rumor, and Custode shared this. Shout out to him. Air Jordan 1 Chicago colorway, and you can see the midsole is super cracked and stuff because this is an old, I think, prototype that they had. But rumor had it something to the effect of Michael Jordan had a Air Jordan 2 midsole that he was testing out on the Air Jordan 1 upper. And I don't know exactly the details about that. I guess it's something hopefully that we'll find out more about if they actually do end up releasing that. If they do release that, is it something that you guys would be interested in? Leave a comment, let me know. It's kind of a fun story that's something that has a little bit of history behind it, and that's the type of thing that's fun when Nike can find, or Jordan Brand can find something like that and capitalize on it, as well as relaying that cool kind of story to the public and making it mainstream again. So looking forward to that. On feet, extra butter, Reebok street meat. If you guys didn't see that video, Smiley did that, and it's actually the video of hers. Pretty cool. And you could subscribe to her. Go check out that video and subscribe to her. It's definitely worth it if you want to do that. Also, my riders' information is going to be in the description. So any of my riders that you want to follow, feel free to hit the follow on their Instagram or Twitter or whatever else. Throwback Thursday from MisterHYPE. Nike Zoom Ultra Flights, pretty awesome. If you guys don't remember those Ultra Flights, I remember those. You can see the 5 dots. That's the Alpha Project era, which I love for sneakers. And Gary Payton used to wear those back in the day. Pretty cool that he's bringing that one back up. It's nice to see. 2003, those ones came out. Yeezy Boost already falling apart. You could see from the zippers that there was a number of people that have been reporting that the Boost zippers are not holding strong. Kind of crazy. Adidas did address it, though. If you check out the article, you can see what Adidas did say about that. Adidas Original Stockholm Chic Pack. This is the same thing that I already told you guys about, the early links. This is just one of those things where actually when I did this article, I was testing some new functionality out. So it's kind of a double up article, but this came out first, then the early links I found later. So I already talked to you about that. Unboxing video. Again, I was testing some stuff out, but uploaded the unboxing video for you guys to see. If you guys didn't see that one, it was a pair of Adidas that were $280 out of my pocket. It was ridiculous, but definitely a pair of boosts that I like. I like those boosts that I got, though, better than the Yeezy boosts. And that's just personal preference. People don't understand that. They're like, why wouldn't you try to get the Yeezys instead, or get the Yeezys instead? It's just a personal preference. I mean, you like what you like, you know. Another Nike pump returning in 2015, possibly the Air Pressure. They teased this on the sneakers app that it could potentially be returning. They said they don't know about 2015, and I screen capped all of the information from the app for those that don't have it, so you can go check that out in there. If you haven't seen the Air Pressure, though, it's definitely a unique pump, different than the other ones, and most notable, look at the case that it comes in, that awesome plastic case. It's just a really rad carrying case. I want to actually get that for my laptop for work or something like that. How rad would that be? Double Helix LeBron 12 gets a release date. Not one on my radar. I mean, honestly, I haven't seen any LeBron 12s where I'm like, I have to get that one. Even the wheat colorway looks cool, but man, I think I overdid it with the LeBron 11s, that the LeBron 12s just don't have the same effect. I do like the model, but the hexagon zoom air to me is mediocre. I mean, it's one that has a lot of wear and tear. Eventually, that you guys will see if you wear them a lot. I ran into a guy in a hotel in Hawaii that was wearing the trainer versions with the hexagon zoom air, and his were worn through the zoom air unit. So he wore them already so much. He said that they just fell apart super fast. I don't know if the LeBrons will do that. It seems to be a higher grade make, but interesting nonetheless. I do want to see the LeBron 12 lows, though. I will be getting a pair of those when they come out. Just depends on the colorway. Fast Times Nike SB Dunk low denims release information. Early release about the KD7s if you guys didn't get those ones. Supreme Collection summer and spring, if you guys are interested in seeing some of the previews. Smiley did that article, as well as a closer look at Kith's West Coast project. Pretty cool that they actually have that, the Pacific and Atlantic. I like the blue pair better. And I know it's somewhere in LA or something like that they released them last week, I think something like that, but no online releases, so it's kind of a bummer for those that aren't in the area, but cool for those that are. Xeno Reflux, I'm so out of it. Xeno Adidas ZX Flux restock. This is supposed to happen. I know I said it was going to happen soon. Adidas rep confirmed that it's going to happen, so it is legitimate. It just, we don't know when. It could be, I said it could be this week, it could be next week. So through the week, if I see it immediately, I'm going to tweet it out, post it on Instagram for you guys, because I know people are thirsty for those. I'm actually wanting to get a pair for myself in my size. The ZX Flux midsole on those are softer than the previous models that I've seen personally, and I like that. Plus, those things are crazy. And yes, if you did see, I did have a review video on those. I actually gifted those to a guy that always hooks me up with stuff, as I mentioned in the video. But it's just one of those things that those things are absolutely crazy with the reflective materials on them. And again, again and again, I'll say it. I hope that they get them on the Adidas Boost. Hey, wife. Wife just got back from a run. How is the weather outside? Beautiful. It's no snow over here in Oregon. Anyway, Adidas, more Adidas news. Lots of Adidas news this week. Ultra Boost gets some new colorways in May. There's like 5 or 6 different colorways in this little teaser image. You could see like the plaid like ones in the upper right hand corner look super sick. I definitely cannot wait to get a pair of Ultra Boost. It's been something that I've been waiting on to get from the employee store because 180 is a little steep. $90 though is a super win. And I love the Pure Boost. If you guys didn't see my Adidas haul last week, I had quite a few of them. Okay, the shoes game did an article. Should Nike do a prelude pack for the LeBron 1 through 12 like they did for the Kobe's? I think so. Kobe's they did as a prequel to the Kobe 9s. These will be something that if they did, it would be like next year. But it would be kind of cool to see. I just don't know if it's something that they would actually do. I know when the LeBron 11s or 12s came out, they had it Nike headquarters. They had an all black version of all of the LeBrons, like 1 through whatever it was, 11 or 12. And I saw it in person, and I took some pictures of it a long time ago. But pretty cool nonetheless. And let's see the history of flight video. If you guys didn't see this, this is awesome. It's Air Jordan and Bleacher Report video, and it's kind of like a quick drawing of each model, 1 through 20 or 1 through 29. And Air Jordan 30s has to be around the corner. Curious to see what's going to happen with that. Price point of those, what type of materials, if there's going to have the same type of uppers on them or what. I guess we'll have to see soon. I have a feeling it will be towards the end of the year, though, it sounds like. Bait, Saucony, Shadow 6000, Crew World 5s. If you're actually interested in this collaboration, there's a link in this article that takes you to have the ability to like fill out a entry form or whatever, like kind of a more or less like an online raffle to try to get a pair. I think they're dope. I mean, I like the Saucony Crew Worlds. I have the 2s through the 4s so far, and I'll definitely be looking to get those ones, so hopefully I can get in the raffle. Rumored restock from NBC. This never did happen. It should be happening eventually, though. There's some other people out there. Soul Links is one of them for sure. Soul Martin is another one that basically they could see, and I don't know how they do it, but they're able to see the information for the releases. Like they could see that the sizes and stuff were loaded on NDC, which is insane. Anyway, my wife came in and shut the door on me, and as she shut the door, I'm gonna have to open the door because Chloe is scratching on the door as as I'm trying to finish up this video for you guys. Anyway, so when that happens again, if that happens, I guess we'll see when that ends up going down. But I have a feeling they'll have a restock eventually here. Reebok Pump Kamikaze Kemp versus Wilkins. That's kind of rad. Kicksreason did that article. If you guys are interested in more about that, you can see the Kamikaze on the pump. Kind of cool. And Kemp used to be. I like Sean Kemp and Wilkins both were just super duper dope like athletes, and I used to watch them play all the time back in the day. Definitely some good ones for Reebok to try to capitalize on once again. Hopefully they can continue to do so. Air Jordan 4 lasers get a worldwide release date. I believe it's coming up in March. I don't know the reason why, but it actually ended up getting pushed back. And Kicksreason did a video review of these Reebok Vertical 4 highs. If you guys want to watch that video, go check his video out and subscribe to his channel. If you guys want to help support the other riders, Kicksreason is definitely a good one. Hey, I'm just about done, honey. And I think that's it right here. Why? What do you need? Oh my gosh, really? I have my wife wants me to help wash the dogs now. This is the the life of an adult. That's pretty much all we have. Lastly, if you guys have any suggestions for the website, upgrades, changes, let me know because I have some changes that are going to be made. Minimal changes, some big ones. Like I took off all this additional stuff on the right hand side down here that we didn't need. There was just so much extra junk here before. Like follow us here and follow us on YouTube and follow us on like all these things, and then sign up for our mailing list that we don't use yet. So I just removed a lot of that stuff. Try to make it a little bit cleaner. Premium ads are starting to work more, but still frustrating that they're not always working. Other than that, that's pretty much it. But hopefully you guys have a good rest of the week. Check back. Have a lot of videos to come. Lots of videos. Lots of review videos for a lot of the unboxings that I did this last couple weeks. 3 years on YouTube. A video, just kind of an announcement for that, and then a collection video that I still need to record I kind of have an idea what I'm going to do for that, as well as I'm looking at doing the sneaker room a little bit, make it a little bit cleaner. Anyway, check back soon. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you guys for some more videos later. Peace, guys.